Hello and good morning. This is video log entry 57? Or it's 56. I don't even know anymore. God damn it, I should have checked. I have too many videos on my channel now at this point. I think it is, okay, it is 57. It's 57, okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So, I didn't even really think about what I was going to say. I just started this, so I'm not even going to edit it, to be honest. But yeah, so yesterday I didn't really do anything. I didn't get my shipping labels, which I was supposed to do. Well, I say I was supposed to do, but it was Saturday. But I got myself to do something on Saturday. It wasn't just me sitting around being completely lazy. I made sure to properly pack my equipment and whatnot. So that's ready. I just had to get the labels in, and I also went online to actually get the email the labels to my phone, so I can go to the office, or I can go to. I'm using FedEx as my shipping service because they're typically around the same price for UPS and FedEx. So like ground shipping is like 3 to 5 days on average, and I've heard FedEx is usually safer. I don't know. Anyways, I have to tell them what the equipment that I have, so they'll properly label it and make sure to tell the people who are shipping it 700 miles away to be careful with it. Even though I put plenty of foam in it, I don't see any issues. I even put foam around the graphics card. I didn't take the graphics card out of the the computer, and the glass siding. There's like another name for it, but tempered glass, I guess, is still tied to it. But I have the nuts tightly wound against it, so I don't really see any issues. I'm thinking about like the directions of motion, but anyways, yeah, I think it's also not upwards, so it's gonna be on its side, and then the glass is facing up. So I'll tell them the orientation of the computer just so they'll know. And maybe they can add like a sticker that said this side down or up or whatever is best. Anyways, I think I'm going to trust FedEx. And I mean, I could have gotten insurance for it, a $500 insurance, but I was like, I don't know. I don't even know what the price is for the insurance, so I didn't even check that. And my dad recommended it, or he advised it to an extent, and he was like, you should consider this, and I did. And I don't know, maybe I'm being lazy. I don't know yet. I guess I could still get it before the delivery guy comes in to pick it up on. I think he's picking it up on Wednesday. Or is it Tuesday? I don't know. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I just did that, and then I kind of sat around, and I had food delivery. I got pizza. This pizza that I get used to taste better. It doesn't taste good anymore. It's probably because my taste buds are changing due to the food that I'm eating now. Because it tastes bland. It just tastes like dough and salt, pretty much. So I don't know. I think my taste buds are getting a little bit more refined, so it doesn't taste as good as it used to. I used to eat junk food all the time, and it used to taste good, but I just don't like it anymore, really. It's something to eat, though. I mean, I still ate it, and I was like, man, it's okay. It's not anything I care about much anymore. I don't know. You would think it would be the other way around, like you would enjoy it more because of the fact that you haven't eaten it in a while, right? I don't know, maybe it's just this pizza. I don't know. I'm overanalyzing, I think. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to talk to my mom today. That's an obligation of mine. And then I also have I'm being more social. So I have another thing that I'm going to today. I'm going to an Irish pub because I called Carrie, who's like more than twice my age, but we happen to connect pretty well to some extent. Well, she understands me more, so I like being around her. So it's happening, going to an Irish pub, and she says that she has girl guests around my age, and that she is inviting to. So I think she's trying to hook me up. So I'm like, oh goodness gracious. She, like, the thing is, like, I wish she just didn't say that, because I'd be more myself if I weren't told that she intentionally brought women guests for me to practice being, socializing with girls and whatnot. But she told me, and now I'm going to think about it too much, or I'm going to try not to, but the natural tendency of mine is to think about it and to think about what to say, which will make me seem more artificial. I'm not going to think about it. But I wish she didn't tell me that, because I probably would have been more casual if she didn't say that, but whatever. And then I have like a coffee date with some random guy. He was like the agent that helped me out with this, so I'm just trying to put myself out there socially and just be open more. So yeah, and I told you about the gym. I want to do that Tuesday to Thursday from like 6 or 7, where it's a little bit not as busy. Usually 5 during the weekdays is pretty damn busy, so 6 or 7. And yeah, so I'm having coffee again. I don't know why I jumped from coffee with. I didn't even go into the details, but yeah, so that's Tuesday at like, I think it was 1 or something. I have a lot on my plate because I have my tutoring thing on Monday, and I also have, what else am I doing on Monday? I think I have something else that I want to do on Monday. I forgot. And then I have something and then I have my DMV appointment on Tuesday, which is right before that, and I had to make sure to. I think it's at 11. If it's too late, then I may have to talk to Keith and tell him that it's going to be. But I don't know. He's a busy guy, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. But I need to talk to him about that and say, like, maybe that we may have to shift the schedule back a little bit depending on my appointment with the DMV. Yeah. So yeah, everything's pretty good. I always have like this thought loop in the back of my head. It's like, oh my god, you're going through so much money, but I'm also getting money because of the fact that I'm getting rid of my PC, and even that's like, it's like you're being careless and whatnot. It's like, that's fine, I'd rather do this than be stressed out about my money situation and just be a complete hermit and not be out there, because I feel like it's if you really think about it, it would be a net profit in the long run. I think I'd be making more of a financial profit by putting myself out there and wasting, using getting $6 for a coffee, and or going to a pub and getting like 2 beers, or that's like $12 or something. But that $12 compounds in comparison to the compounding effect of socializing with people that I don't know, increases the opportunity of finding more things and people, and that could land, and that could become a job, or it could become more of a fulfilling life, and that seems to be a good thing. And it's actually net profit, as opposed to, I'm saying I'm wasting my money, but I'm not really wasting my money, right? I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I had to be specific. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I still go through these thought loops of certain people that I used to know, that I've kind of cut the line, but sometimes I tend to think about them because they were a good friend of mine, and they were there for me, and it's just, I'm moving on with my life, right? I'm moving on with my life, and I'm changing. And the thing is, when you start changing, you start letting go of old relationships that you had in the past. Because, it's pretty obvious that you if you hold on to those relationships, you start holding on to those things that you used to be in the past, but, those things aren't you anymore, right? You have to force yourself to be somebody else that you're not anymore. So, anyways, whatever. Yeah, I kind of just like spilled out everything that was happening, pretty much, and let's see. I'm gonna double check to see. I said I was gonna get a haircut next weekend, so I may just do that. My hair is getting long, but I think I'm gonna wait for another like 6 days, 7 days before I get a haircut. As you can see, my facial hair is filling in again. It looks nice in the light, actually. I kind of like it. It's a little bit patchy on this side. Is it this side? I think it's patchy on both sides, but I think it's more patchy on the right side here. I don't know. As you can see, right there and here, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm excited about the gym and being more physically fit. I have broad shoulders, and I realize that my broad shoulders, I feel like I should fill in my chest muscles more, or my pecs, because it looks weird when you have broad shoulders and then your chest is just really flat, and it seems like I'm supposed to be, like I need muscles to fill in my frame, right? I don't need muscles, but I've been doing like random push-ups in my unit, so that's kind of cool. I still didn't get those books, by the way. That's another thing that I had. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty much it. I'm glad I'm talking about these things because, I don't know, it kind of makes you feel less overwhelmed because it is quite a bit, socializing with people and all this stuff, and at least I'm not keeping it in my head. But, I was laying down last night and I was thinking about all the things. It's hard to keep it all in your working memory, so you think about all of the things that could happen and blah, blah, and especially my mind tends to think about all the what ifs, what if this, and then it's just information overload for my head. So I'm glad I'm taking it out onto this camera right now. And I also sometimes I've been doing this more recently as a more way of challenging my thoughts. Where, when I was the thing that I usually probably wouldn't do was trivia night, and then I looked at it as like, okay, what are the cons? And the con was just I'd be spending time and possibly wasting money, and that was the only con really. I mean, I guess I had fears of what if this happens, or what if I don't find ways to, the reason why I'm there is because I want to sort of get along with my volunteers, and they seem, and we did get along. I'm sure I wasn't talking a lot, but they, I was fine being around them, and there's, there was no discrepancies, it seemed. So, yeah. Anyways, I've never been the rebellious kind. Anyway, I tend to work off of social harmony more. I'm not the rebellious kind. I would say I'm fairly agreeable to some extent. When I share my thoughts, I tend to be disagreeable though. But the thing is, I just don't share my thoughts as much as I should. I want to work on that. I want to be more open about what I actually think about things. But the social harmony function in my head tends to override that because it's just how my brain is, I guess. And I've been challenging that more, and I want to be more confident. So maybe I will be. Well, again, once I start actually having friends, I think I'll be more open towards my own thoughts and what I think about certain things. Like actually think about certain things, as opposed to hiding them, right? But for the most part, I think I'm working off of a good set of functions for the current situation that I'm in, right? Trying to open up to people. I mean, it's not like we're going to be talking about like physics or politics or extremist point of views. I'm not an extreme. I don't know. I'm starting to believe I'm partially extremist. But I haven't really thought about my ethical standpoints as much as I should. That's another thing I need to think about. It's like who I actually am, right? My actual values in this world. Because I've always focused on logical and objective structures, but there's subjectivity. So I don't know why I ignored that for so long. And the subjectivity for myself, I looked at the subjectivity of other people and I tried to objectify all their point of views into a system. But there's also me, which is what I've been ignoring for so long, right? Anyways, whatever. I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but I've realized that, and working on it. I'm working on my own individuality. Yeah. Let's see here. Did I write any notes? I keep taking. It's funny because I keep thinking about things, and then I'm going. My thoughts keep obstructing my tasks and my mind that I'm imposing on myself. Yeah, I haven't been writing notes really. Which is good, I guess. I'm putting all my. What is all this? I tore something off of my. Oh shit! I also have. That's what I was talking about Mondays. I have that meeting with Johanna. I don't know if I'm gonna do that honestly. I don't think I think we can just do it one more time, and just chat because I've been applying to again. Yesterday was Saturday, and I still applied to 2 or 3 positions. It was for one website, the transportation agency, like I said. But yeah, I've been kind of doing my own thing. Oh, and I also looked at BetterHelp because I was like I tend to when you're on YouTube and you look at self-help things, BetterHelp tends to be the common advertisement. And I was looking, I was like, God damn, did I talk about this already? I don't know. It's expensive as heck. That's all I'm saying. It's really fucking expensive. It's like okay, I applied for financial aid and they accepted me immediately because I said I was unemployed. So it's $45 per week, which is per week, and it's not even hourly. So I guess I get a lot. I could utilize it. I could, but with the stuff that I'm doing now, it seems like it's not really worth it. Because I tried asking for help from Johanna. She helped me a little bit. She helped out with my accountability, but this has been helping me out with my accountability a lot more. really. But she also was a good resource for a while because she was, again, like I said, she was like a mechanism to. She's been here for much longer than me, and she's been pulling websites that are common around this local area, or companies. And then she gave me the websites for those companies that seem interesting for my preferences. But yeah, I was also, this morning I was looking at videos about highly sensitive people. Like my eyes, freaking eyes look so wide right now. I look like a puppy. That's why people see me as approachable. I look like the most harmless human being on the planet. I want to look tough, man. I want to look tough. I can put a serious face on. I'm just opening up. But when I'm outside in public, I think I look more intimidating. I don't know. It depends, because like I have a more closed posture, and then sometimes I open up my posture to be more relaxed. But when I'm in the train, sometimes I have a more serious posture to seem more intimidating, even though I'm not an intimidating person at all. But I kind of like to see how people react to it. But yeah, that's why when I have a close posture, people tend to ask me if I'm judging, right? But I'm not. Okay, I do judge a lot, but I realize my judgments are not really necessary for the most part because everybody's different, right? Let's see here. Okay, you know what? I should be careful about me saying that I shouldn't be judging things, but because judgment is necessary, right? To some degree, if we want some kind of progression in this world. Okay, you know what? I shouldn't be saying. I don't like, because judgment is, the thing is, like, when people judge, they look at one thing, one subjective point of view, and they judge it and criticize it for what it is without actually being proactive about the said judgment, right? If there's something wrong with it, right? If there's something wrong with a said subjective point of view, you're not objectifying everything. By objectifying everything, you take multiple subjective points of views. You look at their weaknesses, and you can see how they interconnect into a more objective standpoint. So that is not really judgment. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that judgment is not really necessary for the most part. If that kind of makes sense. From my standpoint, I guess maybe that's a preference. I don't know. It just seems like most of the time judgment is not practical, and people do it a lot. I feel a lot of people try to judge my life and how I think about things. Tried. Some of them were unaware of certain things, but it's fine. But I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me about I don't know. Judgment is kind of hard because when you judge somebody, you're taking a more of a superior standard of view, and you're seeing yourself as a higher. Actually, when you judge something, you are imposing a standpoint of a higher consciousness towards that certain thing, right? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a good way to point out and tell somebody if there was like a third person perspective. Yeah, because when you judge somebody and tell them why it's wrong, most of the time they're not gonna accept that as a form of constructive criticism. And that's another thing, is that you don't tell them why it's wrong, you just tell them it is wrong, right? And even if you do tell them why it's wrong, most people don't know how to take that information in. I would say I've had people judge me and tell me why, and I can take most information in and realize, yeah, that is actually right. Constructive criticism, essentially. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's just, yeah. There was another thing I don't even know. I keep going on tangents and I'm not finishing my thoughts. Whatever. Yeah. It's just the way that we use judgment is wrong, because you're taking you are imposing superiority over another agent in this world, and making yourself seem like you're better, right? It's more of an egoic framework, I guess would be the right way to say it. We all do it, right? My sister does it. She's tried doing it multiple times. I've done it multiple times as well. It's human nature, right? It's human to do that. But it's whatever. And I think I'm done. And it seems like I'm judging it and judging judgment. So I'm still judging but I'm also giving a decent reason on why I'm judging it and criticizing it. So at least I'm doing that, which makes it constructive, right? Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.